Hey guys, welcome back. Today we want to talk about some retirement plans that we feel are super beneficial and can help you retire with a lot of comfort.
And before we get started, if you plan on retiring, if you would like comfort when you are retired, make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe to this video and to our channel and hit the notification bell and share with others.
Before you're too old to do it.
Before you're too old. This is the key to financial success. Liking this video and subscribing to our channel.
But really guys, if you find value in this, please share it with friends. We really appreciate that and it helps our channel grow. So let's get into it.
Number one, the 401k. I'm sure everyone's heard of this before. And what a 401k is it's a tax deferred retirement plan that is usually offered to you, to an individual through their company or through their employer. And what this does is it will take a certain amount of your paycheck, pre-taxed, and it will invest however much you set it to invest in from your paycheck before it even gets taxed. So essentially, you're putting in more money than you would be able to do if you invested it after it was taxed. It's a super awesome way to build your investment portfolio. And most companies will offer something incredible called a contribution or a match. And what this does is, if every company varies, for example, at the hospital where we work, if we put in at least 5%, then we can get a 4% match on the money that we invest. So it's free money that your company is giving you to invest in your retirement account.
It's pretty awesome. It's literally free money. But we do want to talk about vesting. A lot of companies have something called vesting. And what that means is they want you to work for them for 5 to 6 years, usually, before you get all of their match. So for example, they will give you 20% extra every year. So they'll give you their money, but if you quit early, you only get 40 to 50% of their match.
You still keep your money.
Keep your money.
It doesn't take any of the money you invested, just their free money that they gave to you.
So if you stay up to their vesting period, usually about 5 to 6 years, you will get all of their match, which is awesome because then it stays with you. It grows interest, you get way more money in the end.
The one thing with a 401k plan is, even though it's pre-taxed money that's coming out, you get taxed on it when you pull it out as a retirement. So that's the one thing with it, although you're not evading taxes completely. So you just have to watch out for that. If you have $1 million in your account, when you take it out, it's gonna get taxed, so it won't be the full $1 million.
We do want to talk about, you don't have to withdraw the full $1 million. You can take monthly payments. And that is cool because it actually helps you avoid capital gains tax of all of it. It lowers your tax bracket and you just stay kind of under that. It just kind of reduces the overall amount of taxes you have to pay. And that's one of the cool things about 401ks. Now there is one thing before you guys go, I'm gonna throw all my money into 401ks. I don't have to pay any taxes at all. It does have a cap per year. You can only put about $19,500 in that account. And it tends to go up every year, but that max is set. Once you turn, 50, then you can throw in a couple extra $1,000s. It's called your catch-up. The thing with the 401k is they usually have individual portfolios set up based on your risk tolerance. If you're gonna retire soon, you usually don't wanna take a ton of risk. If you've got a long time to go, you wanna take a little bit more risk because generally those ones grow a little bit more. This kind of reduces the options that you have where to buy stocks or bonds. It kind of is limited to what that company or that brokerage will allow you to buy. Still though, that shouldn't stop you from investing in your retirement account.
Still a great option. The other one is the Roth IRA, and in this one, you are able to choose where you invest that money. For those of you who aren't sure, an IRA is an individual retirement account. That's what IRA stands for. So it's a retirement account that you set up personally that does not go through your employer. So you can invest in ETFs, stocks, or mutual funds. So it gives you the option to invest where you would like it to be.
And check out our investing apps because we tell you a whole bunch of platforms where you can put that money. You can set up your own account and it's very low cost, if not free. So a Roth IRA, I think it came around in 1997, a guy named William Roth. So it's relatively new. And this is your own retirement account. Roth IRAs are slightly different from 401ks in that all the money is post-tax. So you take all that money, you start investing it, and then it grows tax-free. So you don't owe taxes on any of that money. There is a kicker though. It's a retirement account, so you can only withdraw it at 59 and a half years old. Otherwise, you do pay taxes and there is a small fee associated with that.
So between a 401k and a Roth IRA, I know people vary in opinions on which they like. It kind of depends on you if you want to pay taxes before or if you want to pay taxes after. It also depends on your tax bracket, how much you're going to get taxed on that money. But you can't go wrong with either one. If you end up not investing in either one because you're scared of choosing the wrong one, just choose one. It really won't matter that much because one of them is better than none of them.
I should add that the Roth IRA actually has a limit as well. Similar to the 401k, it's a lot lower. It's about $6,500. So personally, if you're gonna choose one, start with a 401k because you can put a little bit more money in it. And starting off, you might not be putting $19,000 into that account, but at least it's a good goal to shoot for. So there's a couple different kinds of IRA accounts. We talked about the Roth IRA, which is your retirement account, which is post-tax. There's a couple cool variations of that. One of them is the traditional IRA, and this is very, very similar to a 401k, only the limit is not $19,000, the limit is now about $6,000.
So a different type of IRA is called a self-directed IRA. And this one is very interesting. It has a couple different nuances and things you need to watch out for, but an awesome thing with this one is you can choose what kind of assets you invest in. With this type of IRA, you can invest in real estate and non-publicly traded businesses, which is an awesome perk if you are into real estate.
So there's a catch though. You can get a lot higher returns. You can also lose a lot more money because it is very, very specific. It's not diversified as much. There are also a couple rules. Since you can invest in real estate, you can invest in an apartment complex. That apartment complex will grow in value, which is awesome. But there's a rule called no self-dealing. And what that means is if a pipe breaks or you have to go repaint it, you can't think, hey, I'm gonna save some money. I'm gonna go fix the pipe. I'm gonna go repaint it. Because then you've sold the labor to yourself, and that's technically illegal under this self-directed IRA. So just, if you're gonna use this, chances are if you're using this or want to, you shouldn't even be watching this because this is a very basic video about very basic things. A self-directed IRA can get very complex and they're very technical details. It's something you set up through a brokerage, but it is an awesome opportunity to get a lot of returns on your investments.
Sick nasty.
Sick nasty, bro.
For all our parents out there who want to start investing for your child's, we have something called a 529 or a custodial account. What this is you can open up this account in the name of your child, but it belongs to you. So you have full control over it, but it's kind of in their name. And you can start investing for them at a young age. When they're 2 years old, so they can get the maximum amount of compound interest, you can start throwing in 10 bucks a week. And so then over time, by the time they're 20 years old or 18, when it can switch over to them, they'll have saved up a massive fortune, all thanks to you. And it doesn't take a huge hit on you because you've been doing it for the past 18 years, 10 bucks a week. And that really grows, and that's a great way to help your kids out.
They've got one thing that you don't, morbidly. They have time. Unfortunately, they have a lot more time than you. So usually you're retired and you want to start withdrawing your money. But when they turn 18, 20, they have the option to hang on to that, or they can pay for college or a down payment for a house. It really opens up their options and kind of turns that money over to them. You can choose when you want to give that money to them too. The thing is it's very similar to a Roth IRA because you put in your money post-tax. The money grows and grows until they're ready to withdraw it, and then they are then taxed on that money. They are taxed according to their tax bracket. So if you can think back to when you were 18 years old compared to now, how much more money you're making now, you're in a higher tax bracket. Hopefully you're making more money now. You're in a higher tax bracket now than you were back then. So their taxes out of that custodial account are a lot less, which is a cool advantage for them.
So this custodial account, for me, this is the epitome of personal finances. This is why I would like to become wealthy. This is why a lot of people like to be rich, so that they're able to give back to different people so that they can provide a legacy for their family and for their kids. So this is a great way to do that because it doesn't do you any good if you're filthy rich, but don't do anything with that money and don't give back. That's one of the greatest happinesses. The more money you can have, the more money you can give back, and the more you can help other people, which is why a custodial account is so awesome.
If you guys are familiar with Dave Ramsey, that is his final step. Give money, because that is the epitome of happiness. That's really what makes you happy. And if you go back to our very first video, that's what the guy was doing when he gave me that laptop. He knew that brought happiness, and I know he was doing it to other people because he realizes that brings happiness.
And some of you may ask, I don't have a lot of money right now. How can I give back? One simple way you can give back is to like this video. To like this video and subscribe to our channel. This will be able to help empower other people to learn about finances and grow their money.
Thanks for watching, guys. As always, stay tuned for more videos.
It's